Okay, so Shelly, thank you very much for participating in that recording today. Um, you are the dean of Frost School of Music in Miami, and how do you juggle your daily responsibilities of being the dean of a very successful jazz program with your career as a jazz piano player? You got nominated this year for a Grammy, and let you talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was. It's when you get nominated for a Grammy, as you know, it's a surprise. It's an amazing experience, and I have a new trio record out, and it's the first time I've done a record of mostly original music. And so one of the songs from the record, called "At Last," got nominated for Best Instrumental Composition.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you bring up a good point because being a dean of a major music school, it's it's 7 days, 7 nights.
When do you, when do you practice?
I get in the office at 7 in the morning and practice, or I
Yeah.
come home at 10 from a concert, 10:30 and practice.
Oh,
Just I practice where I can because
Mhm.
the music is the core of what we do,
Mhm.
and I think we bring it to everything. We bring it to our relationships, we bring it to our other responsibilities,
Mhm.
and so I bring that core of musicianship to being a dean, not just a suit.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine. It's really a full-time job. And I've always avoided being involved in academia for that reason. As a trumpet player, I need to practice a lot.
Yeah.
And I just don't find the stamina to do an academic job and then be fresh to practice and hone my skills and or maintain my skills on the trumpet. I find that very difficult. So it's always about finding a balance between, well, you got to make a living, you got to make money, but you cannot put your creative endeavors second place. So that juggle for me is extremely difficult.
It is difficult, and I'm not going to do it forever. I've been in academia for 47 years,
Oh.
so at a certain point, while I can still play, I'm going to step away from that much intensity of academia.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so thank you for that. Can you talk to me about your highlights in music? Like bands that you remember fondly, that you miss maybe, that you would love to play with again.
There's so many of them, as you know, going throughout your career. I had a casual band when I was in my 20s. We played wedding receptions and bar mitzvahs. But you know what? It was the greatest band. I love those guys, and I miss them, I was with Bill Watchers for 20 years, and I felt like every concert was, you had to be at your absolute utmost best always. I love playing with Bill. But, to me, a musical career can do so many things. I've gotten to work with Stevie Wonder, and I've done 2 albums with Gloria Stefan, and you get to work across different genres with different people, and that mixed together creates very special things. I always love when I play at Hollywood Bowl. There's something about that venue that just gets me the adrenaline flowing. So sometimes it's the venue, sometimes it's the audience, right?
I hear you. Yeah.
So
who would you name as your main influence as a piano player or jazz piano player?
When I was a kid, it was really clear because my father was a jazz musician. He was a trumpet player. And he sat me down with Oscar Peterson records, and so when I was young, I just wanted to do that. I wanted to play like Oscar Peterson. Along the way, Bill Evans became the next big mentor. I mean, in there was Wynton Kelly and Errol Garner and Red Garland. But then Bill Evans came along. That took it a little different way. And you just keep listening, and new people keep inspiring. Keith Jarrett has inspired me endlessly.
Yeah. Can you name me like 1 or 2 contemporary jazz pianists that you find interesting or that you like listening to?
Well, right now, Sullivan Fortner is about the most interesting pianist
Isn't
on the
he?
planet.
Isn't
And, I've been involved with the Jazz Cruise for all 25 years that it's been going. And there's usually 10 or 12 of the greatest jazz pianists in the world on the cruise. And I was music director, and I gave Sullivan a solo set at 11 o'clock one night. And every piano player on this ship was as close to the piano as they could get with their jaws open.
Yeah.
So Sullivan is really, he's really kind of the next thing, like Brad Meldau was when he came out.
I agree with that. And I was lucky enough to have him on my last recording.
Oh, that's great.
And he just, I don't know, he warmed up and on the piano and Ari Hoenig, the drummer,
Mm-hmm.
were both staring at him. It's like, son, what was that? So Ari's taking out the recording, everything. Ari recording. It's like, oh, this is easy. Split me up. He's like, wait, what was that? You know? So he's just like on another level, and he gets really, really deep into harmony in a very natural way. So he doesn't have to think about it. It's just, I think he channels.
No doubt.
Like no one I remember in the recent past.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just there are no barriers.
Yeah.
The piano disappears, and it's just
That's an excellent way of saying it.
it's just him.
Yeah, it's him as a whole. Yeah, very, very. Yeah, I agree with that. What do you think? No, I won't ask that. So, anyways, yeah. So, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you and working with you. We've worked in the past for like 2-3 times or so with the big men in Napa, and it's always been a pleasure working with you.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you for
Thank you so
inviting me
much,
to be
man.
on this wonderful
My
recording.
pleasure. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.